Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in this brief video, I want to talk about what is arguably the single most effective self-care technique you can do to help maximize your children's and your ability to prevent seasonal infections as we move into autumn. Okay, as it stands now, late September, early October officially means we're moving into that cold and flu season. The number of viral strains, bacterial strains circulating in the environment is going to increase exponentially, and with that comes a corresponding risk of sore throats, colds, tonsillitis, sinusitis, flus, all the usual maladies we come down with at this time of the year. Okay, and yes, it's fundamentally important to know what to do when we get these kinds of ailments. When we get a cold, when we get a sore throat, we need to know how to evidentially treat it. Okay, but the maxim that an ounce of prevention is more powerful than a pound of cure is never truer than it is in the context of seasonal infections. Okay, because we really want to be making sure that every day we are doing things that are clinically proven to help minimize our risk of developing these kind of infections in the first place. Okay, and in that context, the Ayurvedic practice of Nasya therapy absolutely reigns supreme. Okay, so I want to talk about what Nasya therapy is, how it works, why it's so effective at preventing infections, and how we do it. Okay, so Nasya therapy is one of the most famous and revered self-care practices within Ayurveda. Okay, you can have it done to you in clinic as a more intensive treatment, but there's also Nasya therapy that you can do at home. Okay, it's something that we do to our children every morning before they leave for school. We do it ourselves before we start the day. And all Nasya therapy is the lubrication of the insides of the lower nostrils. It's as simple as that. Okay, and there's loads of clinical indications for using it, there's loads of benefits, but in the context of infection prevention, it's sacrosanct. Why? Because the majority, about 80 to 90% of the viruses and bacteria that get into our body to cause an infection get into the respiratory system through the nostrils, through the air we're breathing in through our nose. Okay, once the virus or bacteria passes through the nostril into the upper respiratory tract, it can then lodge and cause an infection. And the nostrils provide the gateway for whether we allow a pathogen in or we stop it. Because inside the nostrils is a mucous membrane, okay, a specific type of cell structure, a specific type of membrane that it secretes sticky substance, mucus, okay, it keeps the nose nice and lubricated. That is a fundamentally important immune barrier, and it acts like flypaper. So the mechanism is that when we're breathing air in, any viruses, any allergens, any bacteria, as they're moving up through the nostril, they stick to the side of the nose, to the sticky mucous membranes. Once they're stuck, they are enveloped and they're destroyed by the immune response. Okay, so it stops the actual virus or bacteria getting into the system by getting stuck to this sticky membrane. Okay, but the problem with that is that in autumn and winter, very often that sticky membrane will dry up. Okay, it will dry up, which means it gets less sticky, which means it's more able, viruses and bacteria are more able to get through and cause an infection. So Nasha therapy is simply the artificial lubrication of our nostrils every morning. Okay, by artificially lubricating them, we help make them stickier. Okay, they're stickier, they catch more pathogens. If they catch more pathogens, we reduce the risk of them getting in and causing an infection. So to practice Nasha therapy at home, you can buy specific Nasha oils. Okay, so this oil is called Anu oil. It's the most famous Nasha oil, nasal oil. It comes with a little pipette like that. Okay, and you can, it's tilted, so you can drop it in your nostrils, and you can drop it in the nostrils of your children or husbands, wives, whatever. Or you can get a cotton bud and just dip the cotton bud in the oil and just inside both nostrils, just lubricate. Okay, and the power of something like that oil is that yes, it's lubricating, yes, it creates that sticky membrane and that sticky barrier, But above and beyond that mechanism, actual Ayurvedic Nasya oils, they are loaded with very concentrated herbs. And these herbs have an immunomodulating, immune stimulating, antiviral, antibacterial action. So not only are you catching the pathogen, but you're actually increasing the destruction of it. But you absolutely don't need to use a specific medicated Nasya oil. Okay, you could just use something like melted coconut oil, almond oil, extra virgin olive oil. Okay, you don't need much. So whatever oil you're using, you dip it, pour a little bit into a bowl, get a cotton bud, and just inside of each nostril lubricate. Okay, so before our children leave for school in the morning, the same way they always brush their teeth, in September to April, we just lubricate the bottom of both nostrils in each child before they leave the house, and the impact upon preventing infections is absolutely profound. Okay, so if you've got kids or teenagers, or you're going off to school, college, adults going off to work on trains, tubes, offices, this is one of the most powerful practices we've got to prevent infections getting into the body. It's safe, it's quick, it's easy, it's evidence-based. Okay, so please, please, please make this part of your self-care routine. Any questions, please let me know in the comments. As always, if you want to stay up to date with these videos when we release them, please subscribe to the channel and then you'll get notified. But other than that, I will see you in the next video.